Hi, everyone, and welcome to this month's 8th grade book talks. My name is Rebecca, and I'm a youth and school services librarian at the Vernon Area Public Library. Today, Lisa Marie and I are here to talk about two books we think you'll like. The first one is called Take the Mic, a series of short stories edited by author Bethany C. Morrow. You might be the kind of person who stands up to online trolls or who marches to protest injustice. Perhaps you are #disabled and cute and dancing around your living room, alive and proud. Maybe you call out false allies or stand up to loved ones. Maybe you speak your truth and drop the mic, or maybe you take it with you when you leave. This anthology features fictional stories in poems, prose, and art that reflect a slice of the varied and limitless ways that readers like you resist every day. In two stories by Darcy Little Badger, Lipan Apache Grace won't be forced into anything, either by boys or so-called allies. Samira Ahmed's story in verse, entitled Are You the Good Kind of Muslim, shines a light on Islamophobia and how marginalized people cope with bigotry. Laura Silverman chronicles in Ruth how a Jewish book blogger addresses internet trolls and casual anti-Semitism from a friend. Jason Reynolds and Kia Brown contribute poems on the cracks in U.S. society, revolution, and the many manifestations of resistance. If you're interested in taking a stand just a little each day, this social justice book is perfect for you.
Thanks, Rebecca. I'm Lisa Marie Smith, another librarian from the Vernon Area Public Library. The book I'd like to tell you about is entitled They Called Us Enemy. It's a graphic memoir by actor George Takei. George Takei is an activist for human and LGBTQ rights, but is probably most famous for playing the part of Mr. Sulu in the television show and motion picture series Star Trek. He was born in California to Japanese parents who immigrated to the United States prior to World War II. December 7th, 1941, Pearl Harbor Day, the day that a Japanese squadron launched a surprise attack on the U.S. military in Hawaii. Over 2,300 were killed and 1,100 injured, as well as most of the United States Pacific Fleet being destroyed or crippled from the raid. It was an intentional action that drew the United States into World War II. As America geared up to go to war with Japan, Germany, and Italy, people feared that they were going to be attacked internally by people with Japanese descent who lived and worked in the United States. President Franklin Roosevelt issued an order that required all Japanese descent to leave their homes and be brought to internment camps where they were locked and imprisoned. Didn't matter if they were United States citizens or not. Everyone was a suspect just because of their heritage. Families were loaded on buses and into train cars and brought to these camps from all over the country. George Takei was a young child when his family was forcibly taken from their home in California, along with hundreds of other families. They were first brought to a racetrack where they stayed in horse stables, waiting to go to the next location. They were then loaded on trains and transferred to camps all over the country. George and his family were transferred all the way to the state of Arkansas, halfway across the country. Taking only what they could carry, they were forced to live in these camps, surrounded by barbed wire and guarded by the military, leaving friends, family, and their previous lives behind for an unknown amount of time in these harsh conditions, all because of their ethnicity, not because of anything that any one of them had done. This is his family's story and the injustices that he and others just like them had to endure because of their nationality. And how they looked. It all started because of what they looked like. It's a thought-provoking book that makes you examine what it would be like if something like that happened to your family. How could something like that happen in the United States? And just what makes someone an American? These are just a couple of our favorite books for eighth graders at the Verdon Area Public Library. These books are available in print or electronically with your Vernon Area Public Library card. If you have a card from another library, you can check with them to see if they have these books available. For more information, or if you have a question, you can visit our website or give us a call. We also have an online book talk guide that contains other recommended titles and a link to a book match form, a way you can get reading suggestions based on your interest. Thanks very much.